God, and if I had even more reason to dislike Overwatch 2, it's this. This dev blog is awful. This is truly awful. This is one of the worst dev blogs I've ever seen. They said nothing. Oh hey, look, there's a new dev blog, eh? What do we got, eh? Well, some heroes are performing better than others, and there are differences across player skill levels. We've been happy to see that no hero's overall power level is far out of line with our goals. What? Wait. What do you... What? I don't understand. So, Doomfist is the worst hero in the game by such an unbelievably large margin, it's not even comparable. Like, he's just fucking awful. And Zarya and D.Va are like the only played tanks in the game, because they're just so much better than everyone else. Same with like Sojourn and Genji. They're just fucking ridiculous. Actually, I take that back. Genji's not ridiculous. I think Genji's actually relatively balanced. The only thing I don't like is Blade is still damage boostable. I would prefer if Blade wasn't damage boostable and he got compensation buffs in return. But like Sojourn just isn't balanced at all. You can spend all game shooting bubbles, like Zarya bubbles or Ryan Shield, and then railgunning people in the face. Like, you don't even need to shoot people to get railgun charge. It's like, Sojourn actually is just the 1v5 hero. If you've got like half decent mechanics, you just kill everything. It's not fair at all. You're a high mobility, high damage, small hitbox projectile hero with no damage fall off, and a hit scan ability that can one-shot things. It's clearly not balanced. But whatever. Every hero on the roster has a win rate between 45% and 55%. We're not planning any immediate balance changes based on what we were seeing, with the exception of target adjustment to Zarya in Total Mayhem. Okay. Sure, man. Okay, so, listen. Okay. You need to, like, not be looking at data so much. You have to actually look at the game. In high elo Overwatch right now, the only heroes that are played are D.Va, Zarya, Sojourn, like either like Sombra, Genji, or some variation. And like Ana for Nano Blade, and like Lucio, or like Moira, or really just any of the supports. The supports are in a really good place. I think the supports are balanced. But it's like, basically every game is Sojourn, Zarya or D.Va, and Genji or Sombra or something similar, obviously. Like, even like the number one soldier one trick, Only Legs, plays Sojourn. He doesn't even play Soldier anymore, just plays Sojourn, because Sojourn's just Soldier on steroids. God, okay, it's annoying to see these devs are like so out of touch. I don't get it. Like, let me explain something. Let's say you have one team. Let's say this team is D.Va, Sojourn, Genji, Ana, Lucio, okay? The other team is Orisa, Soldier, Cassidy, Zenyatta, Bat, right? The more meta team is obviously more likely to win. So let's say the meta team wins like 75% of the time. The less meta team is gonna win 25% of the time. That's generous too. Because that comp, the meta comp, is like fucking impossible to deal with. You just die. Anyway, let's say the Sojourn team wins 75% of the time. That means every hero on the Sojourn team is gonna have a 75% win rate. Based if you're only looking at the data from these games. Okay? However, if you mirror the teams, so it's D.Va versus D.Va, Sojourn versus Sojourn, Genji versus Genji, and so on, every hero is going to have a 50% win rate, no matter what. Because if one team wins, the other team loses. And since the teams are similar, then the win rates are going to be even out. So, the only way this wouldn't be the case is if their pick rates are low percentage. That would be the only way. If they have high percent pick rates and also even win rates, it's not the same. If you have a hero who's picked 1% of the time and their win rate's 50%, you can assume this hero is probably pretty balanced. Okay? But if you have a hero that's picked 90% of the time and his win rate's 50%, you can probably assume this hero's not fucking balanced, because he's getting picked so much that his win rate is flat even. But even then, looking at the data isn't really enough. I don't understand why people just sit and look at the data all day and they go, yeah, but, you know, he's got a 50% win rate, he must be balanced. It's so dumb. It's like, we had this in Overwatch 1 as well, where we had heroes that were broken for months because their win rates were 50%, which the only reason their win rate's 50% is because they're played in every single game. So of course their win rate's 50%. Anyway, this is so out of touch. This is crazy, because this hero balance is garbage. Whoever decided that they shouldn't do any updates is fucking so stupid. Since shifting to 5v5 format, we've seen many players focusing more on the tank role. Given the heightened importance of a single tank role, tank and role queue modes, one of the most talked about heroes in the roster right now is D.Va. Please give her changes. With buffs after the last beta to her defense matrix and micro missiles, she can put up a fight longer than she could before in the launch of Overwatch 2. Despite many players saying she's one of the best tanks in the game, Reinhardt, Sigma, and Zarya actually currently lead up the competition with an average 53% unmirrored win rate. Okay, so unmirrored win rate means they've got a 53% win rate against everything that's not those heroes, okay? That's fine. And I understand why Zarya is in there, because Zarya is very strong. But Reinhardt and Sigma, do you want to know why their win rates are 53%? And they're probably higher than D.Va's. Is because, first of all, Sigma and Rein are good against D.Va. Inherently good, because there's a shield. Right? Sigma's good because you can rock her, and you can eat all of her shit while she's trying to kill someone, and then you can shield. Reinhardt's good because he's tanky, he can beat the shit out of her, hold shield in front of people, right? That's why. But that doesn't mean the hero isn't broken. That's like saying Widow isn't unfair because Widow can't kill anything when there's a Sim wall, an Orisa shield, a Sigma shield. Like back in Overwatch 1, when, like, the thing is back in Overwatch 1, when Widow was a terrible hero, they were still played more than Doomfist when Doomfist was a good hero. Because Widowmaker is inherently a broken hero. She is, okay? You can disagree, that's totally fine. The simple fact of the reality is, a hero like Widowmaker ruins Overwatch. And I'm glad her play, at least in my games personally, I've yet to see people pick a Widow for very long because there's a lot of Genji being played. And Sojourn is just Widowmaker on steroids, so it doesn't even matter. God, the Blizzard devs are really out of touch. If they, like, okay, another thing, I forgot to even mention, Junker Queen. She's so bad. She's really bad. She's really, really bad. Even, like, the thing is like, in high ranks, she's okay, because you can build a comp around her, and if you play the comp properly, there's a chance. But even then, you're better off just picking D.Va. Just go D.Va and kill her. Or go Zarya, and then you have infinite charge. And just kill her. Like, it's so dumb. She's so squishy, you just kill her. The damage roll has seen many hero combinations across all ranks, but we've noticed some popular picks among our players. Genji and Sojourn. What a surprise. Started as the most popular heroes when Overwatch 2 launched, but they've since leveled out to the rest of the damage roster. Genji started off with a dominating win rate, and although it's lowered slightly since launch, currently at 52%, we want to make sure he's not dominating the playing field. We'll watch Genji carefully throughout the season to ensure he doesn't slice up the competition too much. We make adjustments in Season 2. Like, this is what I'm saying when they're out of touch. Genji isn't the problem here. It's Sojourn. Sojourn is the problem. I don't get what, like, I just don't get it. Like, how can you... Like, I think the only way you can ever come to the conclusion that Genji is more of a problem than Sojourn, or Ryan is more of a problem than D.Va or Zarya, is if you're like, I don't even know, you have to be like, you have to never have watched a game of Overwatch 2 be played. If you've seen any high-level game of Overwatch 2, you'll see that everyone is playing Sojourn, and D.Va or Zarya, and Genji. But I don't get it. Why can you not see that Sojourn's clearly the issue here? She's unbelievably powerful. She's so broken. Another thing is, when in the last few betas, they were like, yeah, Junker Queen she's at a good power level. We like her. We think she's balanced. And then Overwatch League came out, and then the only team that was ever played was Junker Queen. It was just the Junker Queen comp the entire season. But that was the same There was days apart when they said, yeah, Junker Queen's balanced, and then for the entire Overwatch League season, it was only Junker Queen comps. Like, Junker Queen, Genji, Sojourn, Lucio, Moira, shit like that, right? That's literally all that was played through Overwatch League, after they said Junker Queen's balanced. So you can clearly see the devs are out of touch. They have no idea what's happening. You cannot physically go from going, yeah guys, Junker Queen's balanced, we think she's on par with the other tanks, and then Overwatch League, it's the only thing that's played. It's like the same thing that's happening here. Yeah guys, we think that D.Va's balanced, even though she's played in every single fucking game in GM, lol. Okay, like, okay. Sombra is also just fucking ridiculous. She needs a fix. Did they say it? Sombra's also hacking right through the backlines of many games. We adjusted her damage potential to be optimal on targets that she hacks. However, we want to ensure her targets have a reasonable time to fight back, so we'll continue to look at balance her hackability, lockout, duration when we approach Season 2. Okay, so nothing. They didn't do anything. Symmetra and Torbjorn are two other damage heroes that we're keeping a close eye on. Over the course of the first week, the win rates have been gradually increasing, and they're showing the highest win rates now at some ranks. Both heroes can be effective counters to Genji. Who picks Symmetra against Genji? Listen, Symmetra only works against Genji if Genji's playing frontline Genji. And frontline Genji doesn't work anymore because you can't farm tanks anymore. And you just die if you do that. So frontline Genji doesn't even work. So the only counter pick to frontline Genji doesn't work because frontline Genji doesn't exist anymore. So who's picking Symmetra against Genji? The only way Symmetra works against Genji is if you're putting your turrets on the floor and standing on them. And even then, I'll just dash on you, right click melee your head and dash away because you're just standing still. So it doesn't even make sense. But the devs have no idea what they're doing. New returning maps based on locations worldwide. We want each season in Overwatch 2 to feel refreshing and exciting for new and returning players. To support that goal and also allow our team when we think it's appropriate to make adjustments to that, we've begun to run a map pool featuring all new locations and many original maps. So they're doing a map pool. Okay, I listen, as someone who's been playing Counter-Strike for a decade, I don't mind map pools because obviously Counter-Strike's had map pools, it's had it since the start, and map pools are just kind of built into my brain as being kind of just a normal thing. I get why people wouldn't like them, but I think the reason for having map pools isn't the same reason Counter-Strike had map pools. I don't think map pools are healthy for this game, because right now, like, every third game is push, and push is fucking boring. I'm just gonna say, push is a bad game mode. It just is. But the reason it's bad is because the spawns are so bad. Like, if you have a Lucio comp, let's say you're pushing the push payload, and then you lose the fight and they start pushing it the other way, the enemy team is back. Like, say they're pushing it, you kill their whole team, you start pushing the bot, and it turns around and starts running the other way. The other team is back in like 5 seconds because their spawn is right there, and they just Lucio speed out the door, and then you're just fighting like 10 meters away from where you fought originally. It's so dumb. It's like 2 CP spawn. It's so stupid. Why does the other team get such a massive advantage in spawn? And if you're pushing the robot, your spawn sucks. It's like if you die and push while you're pushing the robot, you're running back for like 30 seconds. But if your whole team dies and they start pushing the robot the other way, you're back in like 5 seconds. It's so stupid. God, like, I hate the game mode. It's so fucking bad. Our team would like to apologize for ranking many players too low during the first week of Overwatch 2. Yeah, and I saw this. I was part of this. One of my DPS accounts is Bronze 5, lol. I had a Masters account, Bronze 5 now. That's cool. Thank you for week 1, and here's to many more. Yeah, this game's gonna die unless they start actually like paying attention to their fucking game. They don't think D.Va's a problem. They don't think Zarya's a problem. They don't think Doomfist and Junker Queen are terrible. They don't think Sojourn's a problem. They don't think Sombra's a problem. They don't think Genji's a problem. It's fucking insanity. Like, they're just not paying attention at all. I don't understand how you can be so unaware. It's crazy. God, and if I had even more reason to dislike Overwatch 2, it's this. This dev blog is awful. This is truly awful. This is one of the worst dev blogs I've ever seen. They said nothing. They literally just said nothing. Hey guys, we don't think any of these problems are problems because because we said so, and we're not paying attention to how the game is played. Okay, anyway. Well, that was me looking at the dev blog. I'm actually very disappointed. They really have to fix something, man. Because this is... The way they're going, the game's going to die too quickly if they keep doing this.